Hello and welcome to Thrive Within. I'm your host, Marc Bucksath, a life coach, educator, and someone who's passionate about helping you live your life more fully, honestly, and aligned with who you really are. This podcast is your space for real talk and focused coaching on things like confidence, purpose, boundaries, self-doubt, and personal growth. So whether you're on a walk, taking a break, or just giving your brain a moment to breathe, I am so glad you're here. Let's get into it. Today's topic of conversation is going to be the power of realignment. When we talk about alignment, it can sound like a lofty concept, almost abstract. But in reality, alignment simply means that your actions match your values. Realignment happens when you notice you've drifted away from what matters most and choose to come back. It's like driving. Even on a straight road, you make micro adjustments with the steering wheel. Without those tiny corrections, you end up in a ditch. Same is true in life. We all drift. We all get caught up in momentum and busyness and pressure. Realignment isn't proof of failure, it's proof that we're paying attention. So when we catch ourselves exhausted, resentful, or disconnected, it doesn't mean you're broken, it just means it's time to adjust. How do you know when realignment is needed? You say yes when your body says no. You go through the motions, but you feel empty inside. Or you're quick to get irritated and slow to rest. Or maybe you feel like you're living somebody else's schedule instead of your own. These aren't signs that you're failing, they're signals. They're red flags waving, saying, hey, something here isn't matching who you really are. But here's the good news. Once you notice those signals, you can shift. Here's today's mindset shift. Realignment isn't about guilt, it's about growth. We tend to think if we are really grounded, I wouldn't drift at all. But that's not true. Drifting is human. Correcting is strength. Every course correction proves you're paying attention. Every realignment is a celebration, not a condemnation. So instead of beating yourself up for losing track, remind yourself, I noticed, I adjusted, and that's success. Let me share with you a personal growth story. There was a season in my life when I was pushing at full speed. The project stacked, commitments were overlapping, the days blurred into nights, and on paper it looked productive, but inside I felt like I was unraveling. And I remember one week in particular, I had said yes to too much. I had meetings, deadlines, responsibilities, and I told myself, I'll power through. But the truth was, I was running on fumes. One night, after another, just late push, I sat down on my desk, opened my laptop, and nothing came out. My brain was foggy, my body was tense, and I felt completely disconnected from myself. And for a moment, panic rose. What if I can't keep this up? What if people see me stumble? And then something shifted. Instead of pushing harder, I stopped. Closed the laptop, I stepped outside. The cool air, it hit me. And I realized that the world hadn't ended because I paused. And in that night, cold, cool air, having that realization became my wake-up call. I didn't need to run faster. I just needed to realign, to return to my values of presence, creativity, and health. From then on, I began building in breaks, saying no more often, and treating rest as fuel, not as failure. That season taught me this. Sometimes real strength isn't found in powering through. It's found in pausing, recalibrating, and choosing a better rhythm. Now let's turn this towards you. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, where in my life am I drifting now? What signals have I been ignoring? And where might a small adjustment bring me back to alignment? You don't have to overhaul everything at once. Realignment happens in small, steady steps. So give yourself permission to notice without judgment, to adjust without guilt. Here are a few things to carry with you today. Where do I feel most out of sync with myself right now? What value do I want to honor more consistently? And what would one small act of realignment look like this week? Don't rush the answers. Just let them slowly come to surface. Think of your values as a compass. When you drift, the compass doesn't shame you, it just simply points you back to north. And here's how to use it. First, identify your values. Write them down. Then, check your choices against them. Does this reflect who I want to be? Does this reflect who I am? Does this reflect me? And adjust when needed. Even small pivots matter. And the more often you check that compass, the less likely you're able to lose yourself in busyness. And every time that you realign, you strengthen your trust in yourself. So here's my invitation for you today. Choose one area in your life, whether it's work, relationships, self-care. Ask, what's one small adjustment I can make to bring this back into alignment? Now, it might be saying no to something that you don't truly have the capacity for. It might be going to bed earlier, or it might just be picking up a creative practice that you've neglected. Whatever it is, keep it small, keep it doable. And realignment doesn't happen in giant leaps, it happens in tiny steps, repeated with consistency. Thanks for hanging with me today. If this episode resonated with you, I would love for you to follow the show, share with a friend, or leave a kind review. It helps more people find these conversations, and if you're ready to go deeper, check out my books or learn more about coaching with me at guidepathcoaching.crd.co. You got this. I'm here with you, one step at a time. Take a deep breath. Trust yourself. And remember, you're doing better than you think.